In this video, I fly with Martin and we get to see John's new aeroplane.
My name is Tim Palmer. I fly a Jodel DR1050 out of this farm strip in East Anglia.
It's very nice to think that after all this time, you have now got yourself a new machine. Although you say it does need a little bit of TLC.
Yeah.
So, exactly, it's a Zen Air.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a tailwheel Zen Air, does that actually carry a specific number or anything? It does look to have a fairly sturdy undercarriage.
Yeah, that's
And tailwheel wise,
that's good for
well, I filmed earlier on the rabbit holes, and underneath the cloth and underneath the cowling there, unlike some of them that are, what's the usual engine that you have on these ones? Are they normally are they Rotex or?
Rotex. Virtually every ones are.
Yeah.
This particular one is the one. As I say, it all wants cleaning and making, getting it all together, and that's Continental 100 horsepower.
All right. Okay. So that's exactly the same as I've got on mine then, isn't it?
I've got to, obviously, it's been standing for a little while.
Yeah.
Hasn't been used recently, but I'm hoping to get it all sorted. It's got a prop on it, a brand new Hercules.
Yeah.
As I say.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
But the main thing is you've got yourself a machine.
I've got to be very careful with this because this isn't as good condition as I would like. So I'm going to be doing
you did
all
say
that.
You did say it was one of the first things you were going to be working
so
on.
So you'll come up like that, you see, and as you can see, that's a little bit twisting. And that, what I'm going to do is straighten all this out, of course. Quite a bit of room.
There's a lot of space. Do you know what the luggage capacity is for the back or not?
I don't know.
We'll have to look at the paperwork for that, won't we?
Sorts of. But that's fair. The panel, to be honest, looks horrible. Within a couple of days.
Well, that's something you can tart up, isn't it?
Yeah. That's that.
Okay, that's the way.
As you can see, that's caught there at
That's
some time.
quite
That's
sharp.
what that bang was.
Yeah.
So that needs to be done.
So, as the type always does, it looks like you sort of lay back a bit in the seats.
Yeah. Duncan got in there yesterday with his boots on. Well, that was sit on it. But your bum's right down in the bottom. You'd be surprised how much room is in there.
Yeah, no, it does. Cabin-wise, width-wise, it looks really, really big.
Yeah.
I'll come round.
It's got all this. Well, in this one, it's got a handheld.
Yeah.
Which came with it, which was nice, and it's got a transponder. However, I've still got the ones that I took out my RV, and I think I'd rather put them, in the panel.
Okay.
From out.
Right. I am going to climb in, if I may.
You may.
So basically, now I'm in, and I did have to use a stool to help. You sit very comfortably in these bucket seats, and then you've got one of these Y yokes.
Yeah. I haven't flown this actual one because I've flown the same sort of airplane, not this actual airplane. But I did a lot of work of building for these things up in.
Yeah,
Norwich, didn't you?
you've done inspections on lots of them, haven't you?
Well, yeah, but I also made them, if you remember, from actually getting all the building and riveting and everything. You know,
Yeah.
with Steve. So I know a little bit about them. And what do you call it? I know what you call it, but.
So it's definitely yours now then.
Oh yes.
Okay, brilliant, excellent. And I'm so pleased to think that, you know, there is now a machine for you.
Yeah.
So I notice is it one fuel tank?
Yeah. But
No,
be
excellent.
careful what I do. You know.
Yeah.
I've got to find out. You know.
No, there's, as you say, there's a lot to do on it. But having said that, the main thing is, for ages you couldn't find anything, could you?
No.
So that's absolutely brilliant.
Mainland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is rolling mainland traffic.
I might just let it climb for a while and see what we got.
Yes.
It was actually Watersham were giving 2.5 a while ago. But another one, it was sort of perfect yesterday, wasn't it?
Lovely, yeah.
I don't know whether you remember, but with these you do your takeoff and landings from the front tank.
I do remember this, yeah. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I had a little scan actually, I could see the mags were on and I could see you were on the front tank, so...
Yeah. There's a little wisp or two of cloud there, so I'm not going to go any higher.
It's a habit that never goes, is it? Just a scan?
No, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. You know, you need to scan inside and scan outside, don't
That's
you?
it.
If anything, I would have said it was probably lower than when Duncan was flying a minute ago.
Yeah, some wispy bits around.
Yeah. Unless he was above the wispy bits, but I wasn't really aware of that.
He did seem quite high.
Yeah. I've often said to people, all the strips that we used to have when we first started flying, because there was a strip down there, wasn't there?
Yes.
Because that was where Richard flew from.
Yeah.
Then you got Colin Nielsen's in Thorpe, and then you had who used to fly from that one at Holland Haven there, at right angles to the sea.
Oh, that was one of the, that was Rob, wasn't it? Rob. Rob Giles.
Rob Giles, that's it. Yeah, because you had that one.
That was Sladbury's, I believe. Or something like
Yeah,
that.
Sladbury Lane. Yeah.
He had a cub there, didn't
You did, yeah. And then, of course, you had Tony Haig Thomas on the island, didn't you?
he? Yes. The runway's still there on Horsey.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and the hangar is still there as well.
I think it's lifted again now.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the building that's happening here at Mistley?
Yes, yeah.
Because you've got that new bit there that's already established, and then right up there towards the care home, there's a ton more.
Yes. Have a contact straight ahead, look. He's belting along. He's not a problem.
Yeah,
He was tracking the river.
yeah,
Sorry, he's turned on us now.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, we're head to head.
it does look a little bit as if it could be one of the Pitses.
Yes.
But, you know, now we live here, the airspace above Hamford Water
Uh-huh.
is really, really busy for training.
Yes, yeah.
It's a murky day. I don't think there's going to be very much to see, so I'm going to turn the cameras off. Okay.
Right.
Well, I'm going to stop filming, not going to turn them off. So I've switched off the front one. Back on, so the front camera is coming back on now.
Okay.
And the back camera is coming back on now. It's a shame I didn't have those cameras going for when we went over the island,
Yes, yeah.
because,
Well, you'd have
you
got
know,
the seals.
well, yeah, there are tons of seals, weren't there?
Uh-huh.
But I mean, we both used to fly into and out of that of the island quite a lot, didn't we?
We did.
Because somebody, one of Tony's friends, had a peephole there, didn't he?
Yes, yes. He was a doctor, wasn't he?
Yeah. So, by comparison to yours, you say it feels heavier.
Yeah, yes. No, well, it is heavier, isn't it? And
Oh, yeah,
you can just, but it's still very much flies like a Jodel.
Yeah. I mean, has yours got that slab side of it,
Yes.
whereby you pass it through the speed you want to,
and then bring back.
and then bring it back?
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
You know, it's the difference between an 80 knot cruise and a 90 knot cruise.
Yeah.
I'm going to just give it a bit more heat. I wonder how many years ago it's been since we both last flew together.
The Nord days, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had this coming up to 8 years now.
I mean, long time.
Yeah. And I mean, how long did you have yours for after, you know, between you going and us selling it? Was that 2 or 3 years?
I bought the Jodel in 2009,
Right.
so a while now.
I always say it's such a privilege to be able to just sit here and watch the world go by.
Oh, absolutely.
It is nice to go places and do things, but this time of year, lots of places you can't fly to because they're waterlogged.
Yep.
There's no main events, but it's still nice to get back in the air, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
I wonder whether Duncan had a little check on things and went back up again. He said he was going to.
All right, yeah.
We didn't think that there would be too much in the way of problems with movements today,
No.
because we didn't think there'd be too many people about.
The one thing that I'm conscious of of yours with mine, is the fact we rev a bit harder.
Okay.
So I'm sort of tempted to come off the power. This is almost my red line.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
23, 23.50.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah, well, this is 2750, you see.
oh, right, so you've still got a fair bit in hand.
Yeah. So I do tend to look for sort of 23.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd do if I had a Rotax engine, do you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know I'm perfectly safe, okay?
Uh-huh.
But we haven't had long. We've had about half an hour, and I'm just beginning to feel my hip.
Okay. What's the...
Because every so often, you know, if I'm sitting, I'll need to stand up.
All right.
If I stand, I need to walk. And if I walk too much, it just makes you tired. Because I said to the consultant, I said, look, you know, I don't understand this. I'm so tired all of the time. And he said, well, he says, you're in a situation whereby you're probably ignoring the pain now because you've had it for some time.
Yeah.
So you don't register it. But he was saying that, you know, pain is tiring.
Yes.
You can give yourself a bit more carb. That's it.
That one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, you can pull the master if you want to. But
Anyone will do.
yeah, that's it.
Want to take her over now?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, I have control. Although that is debatable.
I haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't suppose you saw that video where I was flying Rob.
No.
And after a while, I said, do you want to have a fly? So he said, yeah. So he was flying around, and he was flying for about 20 minutes. And I didn't think anything of it, okay?
Uh-huh.
Got back on the ground and started to asked him about it. And it was at that point that he told me that he hadn't touched the rudder once because his seat was too far back. So she'd been sorting her own rudder out all the time.
Yes.
Hello? More coming in.
Yes. Well, I handed it back.
Yeah. I think the next bit is higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, and more around.
Yeah. One of those days you could get caught out later on
Yeah.
where the valley fills up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nayland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is in the overhead Nayland traffic.
Okay, that'll come down in a minute. Brake is off. Harness okay, hatch is okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Air brake coming down.
Oh, inside the houses today.
Yeah, I usually go over the top, you know.
Yeah. I generally route round the outside of them. And
Yeah.
when I turn on the finals at about 500.
When you put those air brakes down, it does tend to make you drop like a brick.
Yeah, definitely.
Nayland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel, final Nayland traffic.
Me to get in from here, I'd have to close the throttle. I'm not keen on closing the throttle, you know.
Yeah.
So I tend to put that a little bit lower.
As I said before, we do need to probably put some lime down now, don't we? To mark the runway.
Yes.
For those people who don't know it.
Nice one.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much for the company.
Well, thanks for the ride. It's most enjoyable.
Good. If it is a video, hope you enjoyed it. Give it a tick, give it a like if you like it. Leave me a comment, and hopefully you'll fly with me again soon. Thank you very much.